You see? It wasn't so frightening after all, Peter, was it?
I'm amazed. Honestly, I am. I swear to you that if Joan or I had done what you've done, we'd have had our heads bitten off.
Oh, David isn't the ogre you think he is.
Anyway, it's not going to do any earthly good. If you think you're going to stop him drinking by frightening him, you're on the wrong horse.
We'll see.
Darling, do stop trying to look like Florence Nightingale.
I didn't know I was. I'm sorry.
I can't understand what all the fuss is about. Why pick on David? Why not stop Joan from drinking, or John, or that brown woman if it comes to...
Because David's worth more than all the rest of them put together.
Says who?
I say so. Why do you think he drinks, Peter?
How the hell should I know? He likes the taste of whiskey, I suppose.
You see? You've known David all your life, and you don't know him at all, really.
While you, with your fine womanly intuition, have known him only a month, I can see right through him, I suppose.
Peter, seems silly to start a quarrel on a lovely day like this.
It certainly seems silly to start a quarrel about David.
You haven't told me your news yet.
I haven't any.
Something must have happened to you since Thursday.
Oh, wait a minute. Darling, we came very close to being married this morning.
Did we?
I had a £10 a week job offered me.
What, at that bank?
No, if it had been in that bank, I wouldn't have turned it down. It was here, I'm afraid.
How do you mean here?
An offer was made to me while working here, £10 a week, just so that I could marry you.
You mean David offered you that?
Yes, but of course I turned it down.
Why did you do that?
You wouldn't want us to get married on charity from David, would you?
No. No, I wouldn't.
Still, it was damn nice of him, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
No, darling, I'm afraid I can't. I'd love to stay, but Cyril and I are having lunch with Moria Lexington.
Oh, is she out of the home? I didn't know.
My dear, she's been out a month now.
How is she?
She's quite all right again.
Isn't she,
Oh, of course she is. But it's all under government supervision. They allow her as much every day as would ordinarily wipe out the entire army. Oh, it's supposed to be getting less and less, of course. In about 1980, she'll probably be down at the normal dose. Well, I must fly. Oh, lovely. I'm meeting her at the Fitzroy, and you know where that is. In the wilds of Bloomsbury.
Don't be so rude about Bloomsbury. You were very glad to have a bedsit there before you married that pulp merchant.
Well, Bloomsbury was Bloomsbury then, dear.
What is it now? Chiswick?
Do you remember that party I gave? When everyone came dressed as a character from history that liked you then.
Oh, that was heaven.
David came as the Prince Regent, and you? What were you?
I can't remember.
Well, I do. You came as Jane Austen. It was rather drab of you, dear, wasn't it? You should have thought of something better than that. God, it was a heavenly party. Martin Hedges fell downstairs and broke his leg. Do you remember?
Oh, yes. He tried to kill himself or something, didn't he? Or was he pushed? I can't remember.
He was stinking, darling, and fell. That was all. Well, I must dash.
Oh, dear.
Goodbye, Julia. Good lovely seeing you again. Now, I'm coming to that party of yours on the 15th. When is that? Mustn't forget. It's a week from today, isn't it?
That's right, but it's not really a party. Just a few old friends.
Oh, it'll be so like the old times. Cyril, remember a week from today, party at 10 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Good. Goodbye, Helen. Lovely seeing you.
Goodbye, Julia.
Goodbye, you. Ganymede, you.
For God's sake.
Cyril, run downstairs and get a taxi, please.
Okay. Goodbye, all.
Oh, I should be late for Moria. She'll be furious.
Goodbye, Julia.
Goodbye.
Give her my love.
Oh, I will do, darling. Have you heard the latest Moya story?
No.
Oh, it's perfectly true. I got it from Moya herself. Apparently, when she was in her heyday, you know, before she went into the home, she attended a luncheon given in her honour. Famous were not held in the honour of Great Britain and all that. And she sat next to the Lord Mayor. Well, my dear, halfway through the proceedings, she felt like she needed a shot. So she took out a hypodermic and stuck it into her leg. But it wasn't her leg, it was the Lord Mayor's. And he screamed and passed out flat and had to be carried out. Oh, it's a heavenly story, don't you think? You'll have to get her to tell you.
I certainly will.
Give my love to David, darling.
I will.
By the way, what do you make of Cyril?
Julia's rather hard to take in the morning, isn't she?
She's rather hard to take any time, if you ask me.
Helen, I've got a nasty feeling I haven't said good morning to you yet.
You've cut me dead twice already today.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Julia doesn't leave one a moment for the social amenities. How are you? Oh, God, I cut your brother too, and he's gone.
Oh, he hasn't gone.
Oh, was he looking at the geography of the flat?
No, he's in there with David. He's a doctor, you see, and he's having a look to see if he can find out what that pain is. Don't you think that's a good idea?
Whose idea was it? David's?
What do you think?
It was your idea, of course.
After all, that pain must mean something.
Oh, it's probably wind.
Even so, it's a good thing to make sure, don't you think? And you know what David's like about doctors.
Oddly enough, Helen, I do. I know quite a lot about David, as it happens, though you wouldn't think it. I've only been married to him for 15 years.
I should have asked you before I did it. I'm sorry.
Oh, why should you?
If I'd known you'd mind, I wouldn't have done it.
Oh, yes, you would.
All right, then I would, but I think someone ought to stop David from drinking himself to death, even if his own wife does stand by and do nothing.
You might have gone further than that and said she even encourages it. Oh, don't let's be bores, Helen. I'm not taking any attitude about this. I think it's very sweet of you to go to so much trouble, especially over someone you hardly know. Oh, God, it's late. I will be eating in about 10 minutes. I better go and put some clothes on. How about the gramophone? What this tune means to me. I suppose you weren't even born when they were playing it.
Oh, yes. I remember it quite well. My nurse used to sing it.
She had good taste. Were you a war baby?
No, a peace treaty baby. I was born in December 1918.
Well, that still makes you a war baby. I mean, if you work it out backwards. God, this tune tears me to shreds.
Well, I told him if he doesn't stop drinking altogether, he'll be dead pretty soon.
Good, George. Well done. And did he take any notice of what you said?
I don't know. He showed a certain light interest, that was about it.
He didn't suspect anything, did he?
How do you mean?
Did you sound convincing? I mean, did you make him believe that what you said was the truth?
Helen, I don't think you understand. What I told him was the truth.
What?
He's got very obvious symptoms of the beginning of acute cirrhosis of the liver.
George, are you sure you're right?
I know I'm right. That's just to say, unless everything I've learned up to now has been crazy. Obviously, he ought to be looked at by someone with a little more experience, but equally obviously, he won't. So you're just going to have to believe me.
I'm terribly grateful for you coming. Really, I am.
So I tell him. Might lead to some good British patients. Goodbye, Helen. Behave yourself.
Goodbye, George, and thank you. Stop that! You damned fool!
Really, Helen? I wish you wouldn't play tennis with my best glasses. Besides, you made a nasty mess on a very nice rug.
David, for God's sake!
You're not going to repeat that little gesture, are you? It was effective the first time, but it might lose its point if you try it again.
Put that drink down, you fool.
I intend to.
You're mad.
Listen, Helen, I believe your story. I believe your brother really thinks I've got cirrhosis of the liver and that I'll be dead pretty soon.
You think he's wrong then?
He may easily be right. But then I've been told so often by doctors that I'm killing myself by drinking that what your brother told me this morning only brought it a little nearer.
Don't you want to go on living?
I must have notice of that question. It's a little difficult to answer offhand.
Oh, David. I understand you much better than you think. I know why you drink. And believe me, I sympathise, but that's all the more reason
You're
for
an
you to...
incurably romantic little girl. I drink because I like it, and because I always have. Those are the only two reasons I know, and they're good enough for me to go on drinking, in spite of the horrid warning of your doctor brother. Now, will you kindly get this into your head? I am not a pathological case. I have no neuroses or depressions or fixations rattling about inside me. Nor did my mother drop me on my head when I was a baby. I'm a perfectly normal human being, and I like to drink. Is that enough?
No, it isn't.
All right, then what else?
The war.
Oh, Lord. The war. The horrors of the trenches. The mud. The blood. My best friend killed in my arms. The memories of it haunting me still. Oh, Helen, will you please get this through your novelettish little mind? I wasn't even in the war. I missed it by a whole bloody month.
I don't care. I still say it's the war that makes you lead such a fantastic life.
Well, I don't admit it is fantastic. Anyway, what's the war got to do with it?
You see, when you were 18, you didn't have anybody of 23 or 25 or 30 or 35 to help you. They'd all been wiped out. And anyone over the age of 40 you wouldn't have listened to anyway. The spotlight was on you. And you alone.